this video, we are going to talk about proportion. So in our last topic, we discussed about equal ratios, diba? We learned that ratios can be equal if you will get the same value right after you get their lowest terms. Okay, so you need to get the lowest terms of each ratio for you to be able to determine if they are equal. But then here, actually equal ratios are commonly known as proportion. So kapag pala yung dalawang ratios equal, therefore they are called proportion. And there is another way to determine if ratios are equal or they are proportion. And we will learn that in this video in a much more easier way. So kasi 'di ba last topic medyo mahaba kasi you need to lowest term each ratio, 'di ba? You need to get the GCF of each ratio. So medyo mahaba for you to determine if they are a proportion. Pero dito I am going to teach you how to determine if two ratios represent a proportion in a much more easier way. Okay? So first, let's learn about this. So ratios in fraction notation. So if the given ratios are in fraction notation, you're going to use the method cross multiplication. Okay? For you to be able to determine if the ratio represented a proportion or if the ratios are proportion. So you need to cross multiply if the given is in fraction notation. Okay? If the ratios given is in column notation naman, you need to know what are the means and the extremes and you are going to multiply them. So in ratios na nakasulat in column notation, so like this example, so A is to B is equal to C is to D. Okay? A and D, they are called the extremes. Okay? And then B and C, they are called the means. So for you to be able to find out if the ratios given is a proportion or are proportion, you need to multiply the extremes and the means, and if the product is the same, therefore the ratios represent a proportion, okay, or they are proportion to each other. So let's solve some examples. So you need to remember na equal ratios are also called proportions. Okay? So let's say for example, I have example number 1. So let's say the given ratios are in fraction notation. Let's say I have 2 over 6 or 2 is to 6 is equal to 10 over 30. So for us to be able to find if these ratios represent a proportion or if these ratios are proportion, you need to cross multiply them kasi nakasulat yung ratios in fraction notation. So you need to cross multiply. So when you cross multiply, of course, when we say cross, so right across there, and then kung sino yung magkatapat, yun yung pagmumultiplyin mo. So in this case, you need to multiply 2 and 30, so that will be equal to 60 equals 6 times 10, that will be equal to 60. Therefore, this example number 1 represents a proportion. So they are proportion. Okay, so that is how you identify if two ratios are proportions. So how about this example number 2? Let's say I have 3 over 7 is equal to 9 over 8. So again, the given ratios are in fraction notation, so you need to cross multiply the given for you to be able to find if they are proportion. So 3 times 8, that is 24, is equal to 9 times 7 or 7 times 9, that is equal to 63. Therefore, 24 is equal to 63, they are not equal. Okay, they are not equal. Therefore, Example number 2, they are not proportion. Okay? Kasi you didn't get the same product, okay, right after you cross multiply. How about example number 3? Let's say I have 6 over 12 is equal to 4 over 8. Okay? So, again, this is in fraction notation, so you need to cross multiply them for you to be able to find if they are proportion. So, 6 times 8, that is equal to 48. And then 12 times 4, that is also equal to 48. Therefore, example number 3 is a proportion. So that is how you identify if the ratios are proportion or not, if it is written in fraction notation. How about if the ratios are written in column notation? So let's say, for example, I have example number 1, and the ratios given are 5 is to 3 is equal to 15 is to 9. So first, you need to identify the extremes and means, and you need to multiply them. So yung extremes in this given ay yung 5 and 9. Yung dalawang number outside, no, yung nasa dulo. And then yung means, itong dalawang number inside. Okay, yung dalawang number na nandun sa loob. Okay? And then you need to multiply them. So 5 times 9, that is equal to 45 is equal to 3 times 15, that is equal to 45. So the products are equal, therefore, example number 1 is a proportion. And then, how about example number 2? Let's say we have 1 is to 2 is equal to 3 is to 8. So again, identify the means and extremes and then write a line for you to be able to solve it easily para hindi kayo malito kung ano yung pagmumultiply niyo. So 1 and 8 are the extremes and then 2 and 3 are the means. Okay? So you need to multiply them. 1 times 8, that is equal to 8 is equal to 2 times 3, that is equal to 6. 8 is equal to 6, they are not obviously equal, so therefore, this example number 2 is not proportion. How about example number 3? Let's say, for example, I have 7 is to 3 is equal to 9 is to 4. So multiply the means and extremes again, no? So 7 times 4, that is equal to 28, is equal to 3 times 9, that is equal to 27. So 28 is not equal to 27, therefore, this is also not proportion. So that is how you identify if the given ratios are proportion or not proportion, given that the ratios are written in column notation or fraction notation. How about if dun sa ratios na given mo, there is a missing term? Okay? How would you able to find the missing term for you to make the ratios proportion? So let's say, for example, we have this example number 1. So let's solve that here. So let's say we have 30 over 12 is equal to n over 2. So you are going to look for the value of n. So n represents a number that you need to look for the value. Okay? So huwag kayong malilito if nagkaroon ng letter dyan. So you are going to find the value of n for you to make the ratios proportion. So kailangan yung value na n na makukuha mo, right after mo i-substitute dito or ilagay dito, dapat maging proportion yung ratios. Okay? So, kaso, paano mo lalagyan ng value yung n na dapat after mo ilagay yung value ni n, maging proportion yung given? So, medyo mahirap na, no? Pero, of course, madali lang sa atin yan. Kayang-kaya niya yan. Again, the ratios are in fraction notation. So, kapag fraction notation, you're going to use cross multiplication, di ba? So, i-cross multiply niya even though walang value si n. So, pag kin-cross multiply natin, 30 times 2, that is equal to 60, equals 12 times n. If you're going to multiply a number with a letter or with a variable kasi mga anak yung tawag sa mga letters sa math, hindi letter. Okay? If you're going to multiply a number and a variable, you're just going to be combining them. Okay? So, 12 times n, that is equal to 12n. Okay? Ngayon, para mahanap natin yung value ni n, kailangan maiwan lang siyang mag-isa. Kaso ma'am, may katabi siya yung 12. No? So, para mawala si 12, you need to divide them by 12 para ma-cancel na. Diba? And then, kung nag-divide tayo ng 12 dito, magdi-divide din tayo ng 12 dito sa kabila. So, it will become like this, no? 60 divided by 12 is equal to n. Yun yung value ng n mo. Okay? So, 60 divided by 12, that is equal to 5. Therefore, pwede natin itong pagbaliktarin, no? Using symmetric property. So, n is equal to 5. Let's substitute 5 to n and let's see if they represent a proportion. Tingnan natin kung tama yung answer nyo. You can check if your answer is correct by substituting the value of n. Kapag sinabi nating substituting, ibig sabihin, ipapalit na natin yung na-solve nating value ng n. So, it will become 30 over 12 is equal to, yung value ng n na na-solve mo is equal to 5. So, ipalit na natin, i-substitute na natin. 5 over 2. And then, for you to find if they are proportion, cross-multiply lang natin, katulad ng ginawa natin kanina. So, 60 times 2, 30 times 2, that is equal to 60, is equal to 12 times 5, that is also equal to 60. Therefore, tama ba yung sinolve mo na value na n? Yes, tama siya. Kasi right after mo chinek, they represent a proportion. No? Checking lang ito. Chinek mo if your answer is correct. Okay? Right after mo chinek, napatunayan mo na they are proportion. No, right after mo sinolve yung value ng n, the value of n is 5. Right after mo silang chinek, they represent a proportion. Therefore, tama yung answer mo, n is equal to 5. 5 will make the ratios a proportion. Okay, so that is correct. How about if the given is in colon notation? So this is in fraction notation, no? This given is in fraction notation. So that is how you find the missing number in a ratio to make it a proportion in fraction notation. Okay? Paano naman kung naka-colon notation yung given? Let's say, I have this example. Let's say I have 5 is to 6 is equal to n is to 24. So, kapag yung ratios mo is in column notation, you need to determine first the extremes and the means. So, in this case, si 5 and 24, they are the extremes, and then si 6 and the missing number n are your means, no? So, therefore, straight up i-multiply lang natin yung means and extremes for you to be able to find the missing number. So, multiply natin yung extremes. 5 times 24, that is equal to 120, is equal to, multiply natin yung means, 6 times n. You're just going to combine them, no? That is 6n. Making sure that yung number yung nauuna, hindi pwedeng n6. Okay? When you multiply a number and the variable, hindi pwedeng nauuna yung yung variable. Hindi pwedeng nauuna yung letter. Okay? Dapat yung number yung mauuna. So, 6 times n, that is equal to 6n. Now again, katulad ng ginawa natin kanina, kailangan kasi natin na makuha yung value ng n, so kailangan maiwan siya mag-isa dyan. But then, meron siyang katabing number which is 6, no? Kanina, dinivide natin sa 12 kasi 12 yung katabi ni n. Dito, in this case, i-divide ba natin siya sa 12? No. Bakit? Kasi kung ano yung katabi ni n, dun mo siya i-divide for you to be able to cancel yung number na katabi ni n. So, kung 6 yung katabi niya, i-divide mo siya sa 6 para ma-cancel mo yung 6 sa katabi niya. And kung nag-divide ka ng 6 dito, mag-divide ka din ng 6 sa kabila. Okay? So, magigitong 120 over 6 or divided by 6. So, that is equal to 20 is equal to n. Or, pwede natin i-reverse to using a symmetrical property of equality, no? So, n is equal to 20. That is just the same. 20 equals n, and n equals 20. That is the same. So, n is equal to 20. Let's check if your answer is correct. Na-check natin kung tama yung answer mo by substituting the value that you solve. So, we have 5 is to 6 is equal to, yung n mo is 20 according sa na-solve mo, is to 24. So, again, pag-multiply lang natin yung means and extremes natin. Or yung extremes ito yung means mo. Okay? So, 5 times 24, that is equal to 120, equals 6 times 20, that is also equal to 120. Therefore, they are proportion then the value of n that you computed is correct. Kasi right after mo chinek, the ratios become proportion. So, therefore, n is equal to 20 is correct. So, that concludes our lesson regarding proportions.